Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's session. Explore new BI capabilities of SAP Analytics Cloud. My name is Jiedan. I am Product Manager for SAP Analytics Cloud.
And also a warm welcome from my side. My name is Flavia Moser. I'm also a Product Manager for SAP Analytics Cloud. Why don't you tell us a little bit about this product?
Sure, Flavia. SAP Analytics Cloud is a cloud solution that delivers end-to-end analytics scenarios for your company. It can connect to a variety of data sources that including live connection and also importing connections. You can seamlessly integrate business intelligence, augmented analytics, and also enterprise planning into building your analytic scenarios. You can select stories for building dashboards or analytical applications, data analyzer for exploration purpose. Just ask for natural language search and the Microsoft Office add-in for building analytic scenario in Office environment. All of that different flavor of analytic scenarios can be linked into Analytics Catalog as a centralized portal and can be visualized on SAC mobile app, iOS app, or Android app. So now I'm going to show you the highlights of the Optimizer story. With the evolution of the Optimizer story, we have already integrated analytical application capability into Optimizer story as of QRC Q2 release. With that, you have a unified artifact and also integrated design time. You as a user no longer need to decide where to start with story or to analytical application. You can just simply to add the widgets and into the canvas, add pages into the canvas, and later on extend it with scripting, eventing, or other advanced capabilities. We will continue this Win Experience journey and that add digital boardroom capabilities as well into the Optimizer story next year, H1. Now, Flavia, I would like to show you the QRC4 release highlights, what we are planning and deliver. Composite is one of the highlights. Composite is a reusable artifact that you can define once, saved in SAC file repository, and reused in all your different stories. As you can see on the screenshot in the outline, and you can build the header as a composite, and also some dialogues as a composite, the left side navigation menu as a composite, or even that a pre-configured chart can be defined as a composite. And then you can save that in the SAC file repository. You as a story designer just need to plug and play and bring them together, then you complete creating your stories. It's like you have a library of predefined widgets or predefined parts. You as a story designer in the story design time can based on this predefined library to bring them together to complete your story building. So that will help you to increase your development productivity and also that to reduce your maintenance effort. Another highlight is the widget customization add-on for SAP Analytics Cloud. So here you have the option, you can define your own add-on like a tooltip or plot area based on the standard SAC chart like here. These special add-ons can be defined and also deployed on SAC tenant or any other third-party web server. And you as a story designer only need to assign these add-ons to the standard SAC chart to achieve more visualization flexibility. So advantages here is definitely on the one side, you can leverage all of the SAC charting capabilities like calculation, data bindings, and so on. At the same side as well, and you can use this add-on to change your visualization part on your chart to add more flexibility in your visualizations. So these are two feature highlights for the Optimizer story. So now, Flavia, let's talk about the Just Ask. Now stage is yours.
Thank you, Chi. I'm very excited to talk to you about Just Ask, our brand new conversational AI feature. And when I say brand new, it's actually gonna come out this quarter as part of our controlled release, so being available to a limited set of customers. Just Ask is a conversational AI feature. And what we want to address here, the challenge that we want to address is that often information consumers are limited to existing stories. But what if they have a business question that's not captured or covered in their existing story? And here comes into play Just Ask. Just Ask allows the information consumer to ask a question in natural language. This way, we try to democratize analytics, make it available to everyone by allowing them to ask questions in natural language. And here our focus is twofold, on accuracy and self-service. When I say accuracy, we want to make sure that the end user is in full control of what they're getting back. So I will show in the demo how they can see what the system actually has done in the background in order to produce the charts that are coming back. And of course, it's self-service, making sure that everyone has access to this new functionality. It's all based on large language model, so it's our newest feature in the area of generative AI. But seeing is believing, and with that, we really want to show you an end-to-end workflow, starting now with Just Ask, going to the data analyzer, and then creating a beautiful story with SAP Analytics Cloud. So here I'm on the home screen of SAP Analytics Cloud, and I'm asking a question that many people ask probably on a daily basis. Show me my sales by product. What the system is doing now, it's going to the backend and finding the data set that's most suitable for this question. Here, there are two coming back, and I can see, okay, the sales order is actually the most relevant for me. And it's also now taking into consideration synonyms. So it's showing me the order value for the different products. I can see that the chart is fully interactive. I can filter and I can do other interaction with my chart. But I'm actually interested for the sales for this particular year. So all I need to do is I need to type for this year, and the system automatically applies now a date range filter for this year. Here I can see what has been already applied to the chart, and I can further interact. For example, I can sort my chart. Next, I'm interested actually in the sales by country. So all I need to do is I'm going to type in sales by country. And again, the system is producing me a chart that's depicting the answer for this question. There are quite a few countries, so it's a little hard to read in a bar chart, so I can see it also in a table. And if I want to continue now analyzing this table, I can just click on my data analyzer, where I have a multitude of interactive capabilities. I can slice and dice it in the way that it will help me to answer my business question. For example, I've just sorted it by the order value, but I can also apply now a filter. In this case, I'm really interested in the different product types. Our company is selling different types of bikes. It's selling mountain bikes and racing bikes, and I want to focus on mountain bikes. So once I've completed now my analysis in the data analyzer, I can just go back to my Just Ask and pick it up where I left it off. And we, of course, know from our customers that people love to export their data. So this is a functionality that we also are providing. All I need to do is click on my three-dot menu, which I'm doing right now. And here we go. I can export my data in form of a CSV in Excel. So this functionality is also readily available for our customers. Okay. Now I'm going to focus, during the second part of the demo, I'm going to focus on the product type that I was already referring to. So again, I'll type in sales by product type, and the system automatically is bringing me back a chart that best suits the data that's coming back. But sometimes I actually am interested in a different type of chart. So all I need to do is now to enter that chart type. So instead of now having the regular query, I can just say as pie chart. So I'm typing this now as pie chart, and the system is producing me a beautiful pie chart where I can see the percentage of how much we are selling on mountain bikes versus racing bikes. So this is really one of the key value proposition, that we are always producing the chart type that is best suited for the data. In case of by date, I see, of course, a beautiful line chart. That line chart again is fully flexible. I can narrow it down and focus on the areas that are most relevant for me, for my business question, for the task at hand that I need to solve. With SAP Analytics Cloud, we are also, of course, not only an analytics product, but also a planning product. So now I'm entering a question that's referring to different versions that are modeled in my data. So I'm looking now at the actual versus the forecast. So let's see what the system is bringing back.
Oh, Flavia, that's IBCS notation, right?
Yeah, that's the International Business and Communication Standard that we are using here, which says that the actuals actually have to be depicted in a solid color and the forecast in the shaded.
Cool, that's really cool.
So that comes out of the box. The system has detected that there's a planning version in the background, and it's therefore producing this particular chart. And the chart, of course, again, is interactive. So if I want to see what's the difference between my forecast and the actual, no problem. And you were looking for a chart, G?
I'm looking for a chart for my story. I would like to have the order value by product type.
And there we go. I've already entered that for you and copied it to the clipboard. So take it away.
That's great, Flavia. So now let's continue our story journeys. So I basically copy-paste from Flavia search to this just ask to copy to my story, have the order value by product type, and apply to a theme and horizon theme. That's why you see it looks like this color schema. And in this story, I also already added some other custom widgets, line custom widgets, pie custom widgets, or this typical Sankey chart. Now with stories, we would like to add the custom widget as I already mentioned before. So you create this custom widget from special tooltips and also plot areas, deployed on the SAC, and now you can use that in your story design time. So let's have a look into how we can apply that to a standard SAC bar chart. So for that, we just basically go to the right panel, open the build panel, open the customer add-on, enable that. As a first, have a look into add the tooltip, then how it looks like. So once we add it, you can do the mouse over, you can see it. Then we have the special tooltip here. And then while in the standard chart, you see that the standard tooltip, you see the difference, right? And then we can add a plot area. And once we add that, you see the plot area has been changed with images, with round corners, and also the data label are totally different than the SAC standard chart.
Very cool. And what if I want to change the sizing, for example?
You can click on the configure, then you can change the size, for example.
Nice.
Now I've changed the size of the data label, it's getting smaller. And now that's how you can leverage a custom widget add-on and also to your standard SAC chart and to do that. And then now actually I would like to show you how these stories look like in the runtime. And we can see that custom widget add-on also already applied to this story and also to see another examples here. And in the story, I want to show you from the story, you can also navigate to the data analyzer for the data exploration scenario. You can open in the current type like here, and then you have actually the table. Here the entire widget state are taking over. Wherever it's a filter or it's also in the ranking, you actually are taking over. Now you see on the right side in the back panel, and you can add these different dimensions and also key figures into the table. We can also add to another chart type, click on the bar chart, and then we also change from table view to the bar chart view. And now let's save this exploration result as an insight. Then we can go back to the story. Here you see the flow, how you can from a dashboard navigate to the data analyzer for the exploration. Another highlight is the composite as a reusable widget. So here we can see that in the design time, if I open the left panel, over the composite on the left side for header, for navigation menu, and so on. So this story is leveraging the header. I have also another story is also leverages the header composite. You can see on the left side. And now what happens if I want to add an image in the header. So I go to the composite design time here. You see the whole composite design time. Then we add an image here in the design time. You can see the canvas.
Very cool. And does it reflect now in all the stories where I've already entered the composite?
You will see it. You will see it,
really?
Flavia. So let's actually first save this composite. So what we will expect here? We will expect if we refresh the story, what should happen? What should happen,
hoping
Flavia?
it will show up everywhere where I've included a composite.
Exactly. You see, that's this image is automatically including here while refreshing the story without go to story design time to adding anything. Also in this, another story is the same. It leverages the header, composite, and the images also already appear. Without you go to the story design time one by one to edit it. If you have a composite, you only need to change in a central place. Then all the story have this composite will automatically reflect the change.
Very cool.
So what is the benefit? The benefit is that it will absolutely make your life of maintain your story, change your story much more easier. And also, if you want to create something, it's much more faster because you only want to plug and play this pre-configured part together. So that is the power of the composite. So good. So now we are actually finished the demo part. And we have shown you and also how is the flow from the Just Ask to the data analyzer and also to the story. We have shown you the complete round trip, how you can seamlessly navigate through all of the artifacts to complete your analytical requirements. Now let's have a look into in the roadmap what we are further delivering. And I already mentioned as Q2 QRC releases, we already delivered a unified story that integrating story and analytical application together. With the Q4 QRC releases, as Flavia already mentioned, we will deliver the controlled release for Just Ask. In addition to that, we also will deliver lightweight view for the controlled release. So lightweight view will provide to story viewer for embedding scenario, a light speed access, a performance boost if they are viewing their story, if they are starting their stories. So that's a lightweight viewer. In the H1 next year, we will further continue our one experience journey. Means we will further integrate the digital boardroom scenario into the optimizer story. And with that, you will have one artifact, one integrated design time to do all different kind of flavor of the analytics, whatever it's a story, self-service scenario, or planning applications, or analytical applications, or digital boardroom kind of applications. You can all do that within the optimizer story. And we also, of course, will release the GA general availability for the Just Ask next year. Last but not least, we will also planning to deliver composable analytics. What does it mean? It means we are planning to provide the ability to compose analytics experience everywhere with widgets and composites. That means, for example, you can embed SAC chart table into Microsoft, into SharePoint, into Teams, into Outlook, and into PowerPoint. Means analytics will be available or will be provided into your working environment everywhere. That is the composable analytics that we are also planning to the next year, H1. Okay, so far we are completed with our presentation part and also demo part. I hope you enjoyed these sessions and also are excited about the new features we both are presenting. Now we can start Q&A.
Live Q&A.
So let's start with one of the questions that I just see one of you have asked. How is the Just Ask language model trained, especially for a company industry-specific terminologies? So that's a great question. What we have is Just Ask. We have a large language model that is trained and improved with every release. So far, we are using one large language model, but in the future, we will also open up to other large language models. So we really pursue a multi-LLM strategy. And now, if you start working with your own data, we also have the ability for IT to further curate the model, to upload or to specify specific synonyms and to further configure the result that is coming back. So all in all, we have a multi-LLM strategy, and IT also has the ability to further provide input to improve the results as well. How about on your side, Chi? Are there any questions?
Yes, and I have a question here. Hi, can you share more about the availability of lightweight viewer in preview tenants? As I mentioned, lightweight viewer will go to the controlled release in the Q4 release. So what you need is actually you can request that under for the control release for the lightweight viewer. Then we will turn on the toggle for you, and then it will be available for you in your tenant. Okay, so any question, Flavia? Go to the next.
Yeah, there's also a question around natural language supported by Just Ask. So now, first release, we will start with English, and then other languages will follow, such as Spanish, Italian, and French, and German. Anything else on your side?
Let me check, actually. Maybe Flavia, so can I ask you a question about the Just Ask?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I see the Just Ask is actually today you can use that standalone like in the SAC, and I can need to copy paste it to the story. Are there any plans in the future releases to also integrate the Just Ask into the story creation workflow, into the story view workflow? Are there any plan for that?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad you're asking. We are, of course, working even together on integrating the Just Ask functionality directly into the story, making sure that we are taking the story context into consideration and therefore providing even better results. And I know that you also have some plans to use this functionality to help with the story creation. Is that correct?
Yes, that we are also planning in the, for example, we know in the story you can write some codes and so on. We are also evaluating whether Just Ask can be used in that area to help me to write codes. Then I must not be the expert of the codes to write eventing, scripting. That Just Ask can help me to write the codes. That would be fantastic.
Excellent.
Cool.
Yeah, I think that's all the questions.
I think that's all the questions that we received. Yeah. Okay, thanks a lot and to you, and I wish you have a nice evening. I hope you enjoyed the session with both of us.
Thank you so much. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.